Hey, Coach. So, not the result we were looking for today, but what are some positives you can take out of today's duel moving forward in practice next week?
Yeah, well, it's certainly not the outcome we'd looked for, like you mentioned, but we had some. You look at the individual matches we won, and you try to find some positives. I think the biggest thing is Tim had a great day, Fitzpatrick, and he's won 4 matches in a row now, and regardless of the competition level it's against, like that's important. Anyone that's been in the sport realizes that winning is contagious, and when you feel that feeling, getting your hand raised, you want more of it. So real positive for Tim. He's starting to hit his stride late in the season, which is good. And then Jack Maida, Jack as a true freshman and continues to impress and figures out how to be, gutsy and gritty in tough situations. And I think that that's one thing we'll point to is, we have a lot of guys that, get in those situations and have found out how to lose. And Jack's starting to consistently figure out how to win when he's in that. And I think that's a mindset. He's trying to have success this year and wants to do well early in his career. And when you have that mindset, you'll figure out how to win in those tough situations instead of figure out how to, almost win, right? And so
Absolutely.
pointing to that will be, a good takeaway. And I just think that we're starting to get back to the energy level and the effort and the kind of that grit and attitude that we had early in the year. We lost it a little bit. I thought when we went to Michigan, and so coming back and seeing our guys fight to the very end and scrap and score points was good.
Yeah, no, I would completely agree. There was a little bit of lull, kind of like in that early January period, but, y'all guys trying to get back rolling. So you got a bunch of young guys on the team and starting. What's, they competed today. They wrestled tough. And most of them didn't come out on top. What's your message to them, going into next week and throughout the season? How you keeping them motivated, when they go out and they're taking their lumps, but they're still going out and wrestling hard.
Yeah, I think the big thing is the mindset, right? Like for us, the expectation. I think that we have a few guys that have expectations of really winning, but we have some that aren't quite there yet, and we need to work on the shift in that because guys like Antonio Segura, he's been in that situation 3 times now, and proud of him for being a true freshman and fighting against some good guys nationally. But you get 3 opportunities against 3 really pretty good guys in the last couple weeks to where you're in a 1-point match or a tied match and you have to go get a score. We got to get him over that hump. And so I think working with him on some of those things are technically, but some of them are it's a mindset. It's time to win, right? You have that. It is time to win, and we've got to polish up a few things, but at this point we have done so much technique. The whole year has been focused on technique. The last month of the season, the shift is conditioning, mental mindset, trying to get ready to peak these guys because we've taught them all the wrestling, and the hope is that they're retaining it. And as we move into the postseason or get closer to the postseason, we can really start shortening our practice times and getting guys in good peak cardiovascular shape. And that's the goal, and then get them in the right place mentally. So
Yeah, and you've kind of touched on it, but what is the mindset, after this duel and going in, getting ready for your next competition? How are you going to refocus the guys on what's next and not worry about what just happened necessarily?
yeah, well, first off, we didn't help ourselves today. I mean, I don't know how many of the people that watch this know, but we had a kid miss weight. And we talk a lot about being a team, being an exciting team, and being the best at doing our job. And we didn't do our job the best today, and that put us behind the 8 ball. Now, we still found a way to win 4 matches, and we're competitive in others, and had an outside chance of still winning that duel late. But we've got to control the things we can control and be the best at doing our jobs, and a lot of that's preparation. And so we have such a young team, as you mentioned. We have 17 kids of our 25 on the roster that are in either their first or their second college season, and really, the 7 kids that are in that sophomore class didn't get a season last year. So in theory, we've got 17 guys that are just learning a college season for the first time this year, and we have some hiccups, and it shows. And we've got to make those little adjustments. We've got to make sure we can take care of all the things that are in our control before we can even move on to the next thing. And so we didn't do a good job of that today. And but as a coach who's got a young team, that's partly us to figure that out and keep leading these guys and holding their hand a little bit and teaching them the right way because they are young. So.
And to go off that, how much are you leaning on your older guys to kind of help facilitate some of that culture and focus for your younger guys?
Yeah, a little bit. We have some great leaders. The problem is you don't want your leaders to have to lean on. You want your leaders leading in other ways, right? And not having to worry about those things. You want to get to a point where the coaches don't even have to worry about that. There's some things that are just you expected and and we have great leaders. But I also, we got to, Tim's got to worry about himself sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
He's got things he's got to take care of and needs, and so I don't think it's fair, even though he's a captain and a leader, to need to worry about that. But I think it bothers them, and because they're such good leaders, they'll help get it corrected quickly too.
All right. Well, thanks for today. Thanks for putting on the show. Guess we'll see you back in here on February 19th.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Yep.